Howdy, and welcome to Broken Tool Garage. This video is going to go over roller camshafts. Now some of y'all are like, what's a camshaft? And what makes one roller? I'm going to go over that part first, and what the camshaft does inside the engine. After that, I'll go over what makes a camshaft roller. Now roller cams are usually reusable, but I have a special case for you, so stick around to the last half of the video where I go over this camshaft that I wouldn't advise reusing. Okay, I'm going to go over a little bit of what the cam does right quick. As you see, this is the old engine. This is that Mountain Air engine I got a few years ago out of the junkyard that was flooded. So I'm going to use it as an example. Now, my piston right here is coming up. It's finishing up the exhaust stroke. It's going to come all the way up to the top, and then it's going to start coming down. So pay attention to these lifters right here. So you see this lifter is a little bit higher up than the other one. Once I turn it, you can start seeing that better because you can see them rise and fall. So it is, this is the exhaust valve. It's open, the piston's coming up, and what is about to happen is the cam is about to turn over with the rest of the engine, and the intake valve is going to start opening up. So you see that one's now falling down. Piston's at top dead center. The intake valve is starting to open up now. It's opening, which means it's coming up. So now your pushrod on your pushrod engine, a pushrod would be hooked into that, and then there'd be a cylinder head here, right? Not what we're really looking at now. We're just looking at the camshaft. So once I do this a couple times, you see kind of what happens. I'll show you what happens on the inside of the engine, what the camshaft looks like. So we're coming down. Now we're coming up on compression stroke. Both valves are closed, builds compression, and then we're coming down on power stroke. As it gets to the bottom of power stroke, you see the exhaust valve is opening, or exhaust lobe is coming up and pushing that lifter up. We push all the exhaust gas out, and then we start all over. The intake is opening, we draw in, compress, power stroke, and then we're going to start pushing everything out over and over again, right? Okay, I pulled that camshaft out we was looking at, and this is the lobes of the camshaft right here. And what you saw going on is this is the lifter, and you're sitting in there, and when it come around, the lobe would come up and it'd lift the lifter up and down, right? So this is, like what you saw in the video, a roller cam. What makes it a roller cam? The lifter has a roller on it. So what would it look like if it was not a roller cam? The lifter would look more like this, where it's flat. That's what's called a flat tappet cam, because this lifter has a flat base on it, right? So these are also hydraulics. You got hydraulics and solid. Both of these are hydraulic lifters right here, which means that oil comes in. There's a little oil port on this, fills it up and gives a little bit of a cushion, so you don't have to have an adjustable valve train. This one's oil port is right there. Now that we got that out of the way, when would you not want to reuse this? Typically your roller lifters and roller cams are reusable. Like this lifter is in pretty good condition, as you see right there. Nothing wrong with that. Might need to go in, take it apart, clean it out real good, because these little ports are pretty small. Other than that, that's pretty good. What you don't want to see is that right there. All this pitting in here, and there's marks on it where it looks like it almost jammed up or something like that. That's what you don't want to see. Coming to the camshaft, I was showing the lobes right there, but as we look through this camshaft, we see a lot of nasty rust marks. Look at that lobe right there. That's pretty nasty. If you see that, That's when you don't want to reuse your roller cam. It's on the back side of that. It's actually starting to wipe. If you look at this lobe right here, we'll give you a little bit of tilt. You can see it's eating into, I almost cut my finger. That is sharp. It's eating into the lobe right there. So that's what happens when the hardening on the cam wears out. So this is a case when you would not want to reuse your roller cam and lifters right here.